pins come off. It was my turn. I don't think I rolled for weather, so that'll change. Alright. What do we got here? Yep, those guys. I forget if I can try to self-rally and then rally the leader. I'm gonna assume I can't, just because it sounds gamey to me. So I'm gonna try to rally X2 first, just do the leader. That does not work. So TM comes off. Just gonna toss the squad underneath. Let's try to rally DD7. That also does not happen. And then BB1. Nope.
I thought I had a broken weapon, but apparently not.
Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't look like it. Just those two that are hanging out of there, and they lose their DMs. I think no, they hang out through until next turn. Sorry about that.
No, they lose the DMs, but they'll hang out there for sure. Like the guys, at least. Otherwise, I don't think I have. God damn, that's gonna be annoying. This cough I have. Yeah, I don't think I got any other actions. So let's go into prep fire phase. How do I want to do this? Oh, we'll do the Tachanka first, I guess. I'm just gonna shoot at AA7. So should be no hindrance. So it's a 4 firepower shot, no hindrance. 7 on 4 might be a pin test check. FT. Yeah, pin test check. And oh, I do have rate. Cool. Alright, both pass. Gonna take a shot again. 7's another pin test check. I feel like I have to double check this to see which. Oh, that's your sniper. Dang. Alright. I do not have rate, so that guy's done. Sure, why not? U3 is going to shoot at U5. So it's going to be 2.5 versus the concealed guy, and up 1, and 5 firepower up 1 versus everybody else.
Actually, you know what? I'm looking at it. The concealed is actually just a support weapon, so I'm not sure which one of these units is supposed to be concealed with it. So we would lose the concealed.
Oh, do we want to? So either I would assume that it would be the elite guy.
Yeah, I mean I do too, but he's not concealed, so.
Because I just assumed maybe it was like some weird, like you unconcealed it or you wanted to conceal it, but because the different nationality.
I think I just selected the top unit and it didn't carry through to what I thought it was going to carry through. But yeah, no, it's
Gotcha.
okay.
So that's a There's a +1, so it's 6 on 5. NMC. And I have rate of fire on the LMG. Sniper break, or no, sniper break pin. Two firepower. Let's just roll sniper. Didn't activate. I'll shoot again with the LMG. So it's just a 2 up 1. All right. 5 on 2. NMC, sick. And no rate of fire.
The broken guy has to make a morale check as well. He is pinned, but that doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And he breaks.
The MMG in DD4 is also going to shoot at AA7. I think that should be a hindrance. No? Alright. So it's going to be just a 4 flat. 5 on 4, 1 MC. And no rate. Alright, I'll take a DC removed. You know what? I'll take the risk. CC8 will drop concealment. Oops. And shoot at BB8. So 6 up 1. Alright. That's definitely a miss. And that's it for prep. Moving phase. He's gonna wait. I'm just gonna have one unit up here that's concealed. He's just gonna assault move to W2. I don't think there's anybody that can see him, so. And that's it. Defensive fire.
We'll start fun. The stack in X7 will fire back at the medium machine gun in DD4.
Okay.
The leader will direct, but not add his bonus.
So it's 12 up 3. Oof. 10 on 12.
So pin test check.
Pin test check. Pins.
The unit down here in BB8 will fire at the unit next to it in CC8.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be a 6 up 1.
12.
The leader directing.
12 up 1.
Up 12 up 1, yes. The leader directing.
Uh-oh.
So 7 on 12. That's 1 MC.
1 MC coming up. Passes, but sniper.
Isn't that your sniper?
3-0 sniper.
Unit in AA7 will fire at DD6.
Okay.
So that's going to be 6 up 2, I believe. Or 3 up 2.
AA7 to. Oh, yeah. If it's DD6, yeah.
So nothing there. The elite squad here with the machine gun will fire across the way at the unit that fired at it.
Mhm.
So that would be U3.
3
So
up 1.
that is going to be 3 up 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the elite squad and machine gun in V5 will also fire there. So that is going to be that's a 6 up 1, yeah?
Yep.
All right, now over to the fun cannons. Lazo in Z4 will fire at the unit next to it in Y4.
All right. It's a 8 firepower of 1.
Is it just straight 8 firepower or on the IFT, or do I roll it to hit and all that fun stuff?
No, because it's a CMG, so it should just be a straight shot. All right. Well, then break it at least.
That's true. And Peasant will continue firing at the Chanka.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a -1 on that. It's immobilized and buttoned up, so that cancels my +1. I think it's flat.
I think, well, because it's just an unarmored vehicle, so I think it's, I don't, yeah, so, you need a 10, buttoned up +1, size is a +1 as well. You've already
And
got
a -1 for acquisition. So
Well, Did we screw that up, or do you actually get an acquisition for a CMG?
you don't know. That's a good question.
So I don't know why I'm blanking on this. We'll play it as if you have it. Whatever, it's not the end of the world.
I mean, I can't remember, so yeah. If you want to look it up, that's fine with me. I'm not...
Yeah, but I mean, we'll roll and we'll know for next time. So it's just +2, I think.
So fairly sure that's a hit. Yeah. And I think we're rolling on the star vehicle for the 4 firepower. So I'm gonna need.
Yeah.
Was it 5 or less? I think.
So yeah, so on a 5, it'll be. I don't think it can re-immobilize, but it should. It'll also generate an effect on the crew. So
Yeah, it's a miss either way.
Pintash check. No, wait, that's just a straight 6. Should just be a straight
Yeah.
6. So 6 on 4 NMC. So let's see if passes, but
Jesus.
they won't get heat of battle because they're a crew. Oh, no, because it was a designated attack. Never mind.
Yeah, that's it for me.
All right. Yeah, I don't think it gets it. So at worst, we'll just take it off. Um,
Yeah, no worries.
all right. So advanced fire phase. Can't really say there's not much I want to do, so we'll just go straight to route. Take off prep, defensive. Do I have anybody that needs to route?
I don't
Those
think so,
guys aren't
actually.
shot at. These guys don't have anything. Yeah, I don't have any routes. Alright.
Uh, these guys stay put.
Yeah. Well, they don't. They're not DM'd anyway, so they can't route. Advances. The guy in W2 is gonna go to V2. Scrub this. Y4 is going to advance into Z4. See if I can get something going with that.
You have to pass a patsy.
Yes, I have to attempt it. Is it a 1 patsy or just regular patsy? Actually, these guys are conscripts too, so it might actually be a 2 patsy.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know the last one there was extra mods, but I don't know if they're in this one.
Just seeing here. All right Russians are treated as inexperienced for patsy CC versus vehicle, which means patsy. Patsy. All inexperienced take a 1 TC. Okay, so 1 TC fails, so they stay in Y4 and are automatically pinned. And because I don't trust this conscript, so this guy is just going to advance into BB8. I don't think I have anybody else I want to move. So, oh, excuse me. Alright, CC. So, ambush roll. Oof. Alright, no
Equally
ambush.
bad on my spot.
Yeah. Uh, excuse me. Alright, so no ambush. Um, there's automatic CC, and I'm at a 1 to 2. So I need a 6 or less. Nope.
I believe I'm at a 3 to 2.
Mm-hmm. So 8 or less, yeah. Alright. I had to chance it. Just in case. Oh, we didn't flip it over. Whatever. Pins come off, and I'm going to claim concealment over on V1.
Can you only claim concealment if you're in good order?
Yes. Pins come off. I think the way it goes, if I remember the advanced sequence of play correctly, pins come off first, and then you check for concealment gain. So that doesn't affect it.
Yep, fair enough.
Check while we're going through it. But yeah, I don't think I have anybody else that can gain it. So.
All right, I do have some rallies this go round. We will start with, well, first off, no weather change.
Damn.
We will start with Y8. Who fails but is undm'd. For my self rally, we will try Y6.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that's it.
All right. I'm gonna try my leader once more. Passes. So he's gonna try and rally the squad with him. Passes. Thanks to the -1 from the building. Gonna try and self-rally BB1. Alright, I'm on a roll. This is dumb. And these guys. Alright. That's cool and all, but this is weird. Hot dice. That's it for rallies.
Prep fire. I am going to fire group V5 and U5 at
Okay.
the unit in U3.
Okay.
So that is going to be 12 up 1, I believe.
6. Yeah.
On 12, absolutely nothing. I am going to call this short, I think. Alrighty. Let's see. Machine guns in X7 will fire at your medium machine gun in DD3.
Okay.
So that's going to be a 12 up 3, I believe, is what we figured out.
Yeah, I think I forgot to calculate fortified building for whatever reason. Because there's one hindrance from the tank from peasant.
So up 4. Okay.
Yeah.
12 up 4.
Oh. Yeah.
Let's see.
This is definitely going to be one of those scenarios where it's like, alright, let's check stats. It's getting ridiculous.
I don't know why I keep hitting these half X's on these things. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit, I think, just to make sure I'm hitting them. Peasant will fire. Yeah, peasant will fire at the Chunka.
Okay.
So just 4 flat, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sorry. Are we treating this as an ordnance to hit or an IFT roll?
So if it's targeting the Tachanka, it's an ordnance hit, because it would be like if you're shooting an MMG or an LMG at a vehicle.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so there's a +1 for buttoned up, +1 for small size. But that's it.
Can you get armor leader bonus if you're buttoned up?
Yes, yeah, you can use armor leader. Does not need to be open whatsoever. Let's check, double check here. So yeah, an armor leader is considered inherently present in the particular AFV his owner assigns him to, and his presence is known on the side record. Remains out of play until you use his stuff.
So I'm going to use him basically to give me a -1.
Yep. Yep. Sure. That's it.
I find it really weird that it's like obscenely hard to kill this thing.
I think it's
like
just
rolling a 5 or less is crazy hard, even on 2 dice.
Yeah. Honestly, it's just because of the low firepower. There you go. Dead. I don't think that leaves a wreck. So this is dead for sure. And I have to populate it with a crew. Did I don't think I put a CVP counter for my stuff. Oddly enough. I'm gonna put that there. Is it control? Oh, right, that's what it is. So 2, 4, 6, I think. 3 squads. Yep. And crew. Oops. Crew, and then vehicle with functioning inmate.
Set for prep fire movement phase. Stack will CC or BB8 will assault move into CC8.
All right.
We will try and turn on Lazo and succeed. So that's 1 movement factor. They have 6.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. So that's 1. Two.
All right.
3. 4.
Mm-hmm.
6.
All right.
And don't ask me where I'm going with this.
All right.
Z7 will assault move into Y8.
Okay.
AA7 will assault move into Z7.
Okay.
And this stack will move 1, or excuse me, 2,
Mm-hmm.
4.
Okay.
Stop. Does wire provide a hindrance?
No.
So if I assault move behind a wall, do I lose concealment? Say if I go from V5 to W5?
God, I'm forgetting. I don't think so. Let's see here. Because I might just be thinking of advanced phase. Concealment loss. Moves, advances, withdraws into an open ground hex as defined by a 10-5-3-1. No, they'd be fine. They'd be fine. Because you could apply, if you could apply the wall TM to your guy, then he's fine. If there was a direction that can't be applied, then it gets taken off. So yeah, they should be fine.
Yeah, the only place they would be visible from might be over here, but I think...
Yeah, the building blocks it.
Blocks. So... Okay, that's it for movement. Defense fire.
Alright. Do my worst here. Y4 to Y6 as a 3 up. Is that a stone building? No, that's wood. Alright, so it's a 3 up 2. That's not going to do anything. The guy in U3 will shoot at U5 for a 5 up 1. That's definitely nothing. God, I keep going to advance fire. The crew in DD7 will shoot into CC8 for a 4 up 1. It's also a miss. The MMG will shoot at BB8, which I think is a +2. Yeah, 1 hindrance plus woods, so 4 up 2. That will be your sniper and 5 on 4, 1 MC. And rate. Sniper activates. Goes here.
Right back on top of that guy.
Yeah, it just pins him. You getting the same feeling I'm getting?
Which is?
Well, so there's 2 turns of movement left.
Oh, are you getting the call up move one? Oh yeah. Oh definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to push much harder up on the building in V1 V2 early on. I think.
Yeah, I have to admit, I think um, it's this scenario feels weirdly tricky. Like, there's definitely, like, I could definitely say, like, yeah, you need to push more or faster or whatever, but um, I think the, I think my Russians get too much stuff. Like, I think if I was to I honestly think that if I was to do this, like I kind of understand from the viewpoint, I guess, of if the tanks get far enough, they do that special uh, roll there that could break my guys or whatever. But like, I have 13 squads. Like, these guys are real. There's two squads here. This guy's real. I got an extra squad there.
Yeah. I mean the kicker is like I would be much more. That would be much more useful if there wasn't so much wire and minefields and all that other fun crap that's all around.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, I can get in there, but it's basically going to eat up those first two turns, and then after that, who cares? Because it doesn't affect anything after that point. So, like, yeah, I mean, essentially, I got about as far as I could get. I think. I mean, there there is a rule for pushing the engine. Like, you can get what like extra movement factor.
Excessive
Yeah,
speed
yeah.
breakdown. Yeah.
But like it
Well,
doesn't
it's
even work that I mean, it's like oh yeah, 8 movement factors, but I still have to blow 4 to get through the breach, and I don't even, to be honest, I don't even know if I can breach the wire with the tank. I think I can, but I think it's actually harder than the crappy roadblock.
yeah, it's like essentially it's a dice roll, and like if like this guy's real, there's these guys, they're real.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's
It's like how many fake or like you know, guess what? There's a hip gun here. And
yeah, I was kind of waiting for that. I mean, that's the deal, and I mean, they give you the option of splitting, but I feel like that's a trap because you have so much that you can basically weight both ends with a significant force as you've got there,
yeah,
and it's
it's
like I don't have enough to push either way unless I concentrate everything.
I
I
think
mean,
I think the only I think the only way to change things up would be choosing between having the tanks come in on turn two, if only because you could get them to come in, say, here, and have one come in here, and then you kind of get the maximum, like, visibility effect.
but you don't. That's the thing with the hedges and everything. You can't. The guys in the buildings can't see them. That's
Well,
that's the kicker. There is like yes, they could come in on S3, but then I'd have to kind of immediately move them up to what I guess T3 before they're technically visible by anybody that's not up on the hedge. You know, so
yeah,
that's the thing. The visibility is so cramped. Like I agree. Like that would be ideal is to kind of split them up and use them to try and panic as much of the troops as possible, for
mhm.
lack of a better word
but it,
there.
but also, like, because it's such kind of like a random chance, like, yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah, and
it's
then on top of
also,
that, you've got three anti-tank guns essentially,
yeah,
and my tanks are not that good. I mean, yes, they're hard to damage with, you know, I think your MMGs can
HE.
do it technically, but
Yeah, like the MMGs can take them out. The infantry guns have. I know one is limited to HE, but I think it's weird that it's like the Red Russians win at game end upon earning 20 CVP and controlling all buildings rubble, and it's like I kind of feel like it should be an either
either
or
or,
like
yeah.
or I think if I had to choose, I think I would make it so that uh the the White Russians have to choose um, 2 out of 4 buildings. Say like DD4, DD6, X2, and maybe one of these guys. And that way, like, you don't force the Russian to have to capture everything. Because, like, you not that you had to, not that it's like wasted time necessarily, but getting Y10 is out of the way technically. Um, you can get
It's
YouTube.
kind of on the way if I'm pushing everybody from kind of the left side as we're looking at it, and kind of going through the woods like I was. It's sort of on the way. I didn't feel it was super out of the way, and the paths make it a lot easier because you can just kind of do what I
Well,
did, which is just kind of zoom in and grab it.
so so the other thing I guess I wanted to ask was, uh, do you think it wasn't written, or that maybe it was like misunderstood? Because you could have guys come off from the southern edge.
Then that maybe have been my failure to read it. Hold on, let me look it up.
Okay. Because I guess like that's the only other way to like get around. Because it says like R3 to R10 to GG10 to 987. Really? No, that's 10 9 8. Oh yeah. So you don't even get the road? Huh. I guess because I get the road. Okay.
Yeah, if I was reading it correctly, or if I was remembering the way it was, I thought it was basically
Just the
like
left side?
this to this,
Mhm.
and then from this road to here, I think is where I could come in.
Oh, okay, okay.
Let's see. Yeah, so I was reading that R3 to R10 not as
As a
being
separate
as a
from.
separate
Gotcha.
entry zone. So that was my bad. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, oh yes, if I'd realized I could come in from that south side, that would have been much different. Yeah, no, I was not reading that as a contiguous zone. I was reading that as okay, this side, R3 to
And
R10,
that
and
side,
then
right.
GG10 to GG7. So yeah,
Hmm.
no, that was my bad misreading that.
I'm still wondering though, because like, not like the choice, more the overall design of the scenario, because it's like I kind of want to see. I wish I knew if other people had played this and get their thoughts on it, because I think this could be a really like short, fun scenario, but definitely like if the White Russians get one less infantry gun, or maybe like one less MMG and crew, maybe both, and definitely like drop two squads, because having 13 versus 16, you don't have an advantage.
Yeah, where was your minefield? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, there.
Yeah, I was worried that it was like going to be like here or somewhere
Oh,
in this area. Like maybe there.
so I was tempted by Y3, to be honest. And I don't think you can put minefields on roads. I think if you put them on roads, they have to be revealed. Minefield.
Yeah, or the other place I could see, I think you can put them on this X5 hex row. So you put them in behind this wall because that's kind of a
Yeah.
neutral. Like that would be kind of a nasty shock trying to come out of there, use the wall as cover,
So
and all of a sudden minefield.
initially, I thought about putting the wire there, but I was like, as soon as if you do make it across the wire, though, like you'd still get the wall bonus, even if you were going over the wall. Uh,
Yeah.
but as soon as you try, like if you tried to go across, that's where it would really screw you. So,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The terrain, like I'm not good enough an attacker to be able to really plot out like multiple turns in advance.
mm.
Um, so that's a lot on me.
Well, it
The
definitely
map.
comes with experience, so I don't feel too bad about that.
No, I'm not. I'm not feeling bad about it. I feel like this is one of those scenarios you have to have your move plotted out like a few turns in advance
Mm.
to really kind of maximize the points and all that stuff. I have a lot of leaders, so I think that you're supposed to use a lot of leader movement up front. Early on, like a lot of CXing to kind of get guys up ASAP.
Yeah.
Um, kind of while the tanks are causing confusion, the infantry kind of comes up behind them. I think that's the intent.
Yeah.
My problem was I didn't wait the left or the right. Like I needed to wait more on the left
Mm.
and a little bit less on the right. And the center is kind of a boondoggle. I think the center is just for the tanks to f around with, and then the infantry after he has to go left and right to really get those buildings.
Well, I think additionally, like the fact that these two guys broke, that was like if that hadn't happened, you'd have a much at least a better position.
Yeah, no, oh no, definitely. But I looking in hindsight, looking at it, I'm fairly sure that that's kind of the like that should be the right part of this. Hold on. Yeah, I think that that's basically the right end of an offensive line there. Like there's a couple
mm,
units there just to cover the Chonka deciding to be crazy and kamikaze through or something along those lines. Um, knowing, like in hindsight, knowing that now I could come in on that entire south edge, I would have probably put a force in like here to kind of
right,
come up
yeah.
and take that side. That would have eliminated a lot of that. So one coming in over here, one coming in down here with maybe a single unit that just chunks in. You know, like
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking of uh, what you could do, or maybe something like food for thought. Um, just because it kind of happened with U4, it happened with Y6 and BB8, and it could have potentially happened with X7. Is uh, X7? There's a lot of firepower there, but obviously it's very weak in if you ever get shot and I get a good roll and you get bad rolls. Um, if let's say you'd had those same three stacks, but you had them in say like Z7, Z8, and AA9, you can still have the leader direct and not
yeah,
avoid
no,
cowering.
I agree. I misuse the guns. I mean, look, I'm not. This was a muddle from start to finish on my side, and
Sure,
so
sure. I guess like
yeah,
I don't mean it as criticism, more as like food for thought for like next time.
yeah. No, I've got to figure that out. The commissars are going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think the commissars like are probably something. If I was doing it, I definitely don't see a problem with how you're using them. One having like one of them on the front line because one that's a lot of morale, so he'll be able to you know survive just about anything, and the other guy just to do to provide anti cowering. Definitely a good idea.
Yeah, the reason, and actually, you know what? I think I don't know if that guy is a commissar or not.
Yeah, 8+1s are always commissars.
Then I screwed up because I was looking, and I think commissars have to add their bonus. Like you don't get a choice of whether to add them to fire or not.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I think they're jerks. I think I was reading that somewhere that commissars are crappy leaders because you have to add their bonus, whatever it is. So they're not, if they're like a 10-0, that's okay. It's going to be ugly if they have to start rallying people, but the 8-1s are kind of like they got to be, they're running around behind the lines. Just all they do is rally because they're shitty at directing. I'm not sure where. I think I saw that maybe in the specials. Yes. Okay, so it might just be white commissars. I don't know if it's commissars.
Oh, okay. I was looking in like the regular rules, not the pack rules.
Yeah, white Russian leaders that are white commissars are treated as commissars for rally and must use their leadership DRM for rallying purposes. And there's another one where they got to use it.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Well,
like
as a res, you were fine then.
yeah, no. The next one is going to be weird because there's rain and mist and it's wet.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Um, yeah, I don't. The terrain is going to be a little weird because I don't have to place gullies with waddies and that kind of thing. I did put the summit markers out, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure we'll figure it out.
yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Like I guess like a really good example of what I'm talking about, like the unit disparities. Like, look at the scenario we're playing. like the forces and all that, and then look at the one we're going to play tomorrow, where it's like the White Russians get what is that, 16 squads, and the Mongolians have 9 plus
Yeah.
4 as reinforcements, but like it's a pretty big disparity between the two.
Yeah. The Mongolians are like, I don't know, because they're Gurkhas and they have assault fire.
Mhm.
They're kind of ugly for close in work.
Yeah,
So that's
that's
going to be kind of interesting. Like,
yeah having
because you basically, I was counting up the points. I think you basically have to capture almost all of the buildings to win. Like, aside from actually wiping the other side out. But um, I
that
think
sounds
that
about right.
there's only about there's like 100 or 105 victory points in buildings,
Hmm.
and so you gotta really
Gotta
push
get a move
hard.
on.
Yeah,
All
keep it.
White
You gotta.
Russian leaders are White Commissars. Uh
Yeah, like I was looking at, I was like, you know what? I am gonna bet 100% that a significant chunk of the losses are gonna come from
oh.
commissars
Yeah,
just
it's just
executing
yeah,
moves.
exactly.
So yeah, what did they give you for your reinforcements or your choice? I should say. They give you the
Do we
explosive or the machine gun.
there's two people voted, so it was split between explosive and guns. So I'll just flip for it.
Yeah, pick whichever one you want.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. I think it's interesting that if I take reinforcements, it's harder for both sides to win. Am I reading that correctly, or am I not?
So the way it works, or the way I understand it, is that if you choose the reinforcements to come in on turn 4, you're essentially like maximizing the use you would get from that 12 firepower.
Yeah.
Um, on the other hand, if you delay it, uh, you're adding 10 points to my VC requirement. So instead of needing 80, I would start automatically I would start at 90, and if you never bring them on, then I would need 100 VP.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting choice.
Hmm.
We'll have to see. Um, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. This scenario, just to wrap up, I think it requires a bit more thought on the attack than I put into it.
Mm.
Um,
Do you think?
and
Do you think maybe
but
you should have gotten the balance automatically? This is recon 5 hexes. Do you
um,
think that would have been worthwhile? Because I kind of feel like recon is nice and all, but if you're trying to like hunt for minefields, or maybe it actually would have been, maybe that's the thing. Maybe the Red Russians should get the balance.
I don't know. Like I say, I would be willing to play this again, knowing now that I could come in anywhere on the Southern Edge. I'm wondering how much of a choice that might take
Hmm.
because it really delayed. Like I don't feel like the way I was reading it with just being able to come in GG7 to GG10, I was kind of like, okay, that's shit. That's just a complete open field. You
Yeah.
know, the Chonka, I could see the Chonka was there because you can't disguise that
Yeah.
that count
That
too much.
monstrosity.
Yeah. So I was like, well, that's basically a medium machine gun sitting there. So anybody that comes in, aside from the tank, is just going to get ganked, basically trying to get through there.
Hmm.
So that really kind of like put me off putting troops over there. And at that point, I was kind of like, well, if I'm not going to be there, then everyone's got to go inside, and we have to hoof it as fast as we can to get back over there.
Yeah. Like I don't
So
think it's a
yeah,
bad idea having everybody on that side either, because you could come in on the. Can you come in on the road? Was it R? Yeah, R3. So like, you could technically come in on the road and then like immediately book it to try and get in these buildings, which isn't a bad idea. But you're it's I mean it's kind of the same problems as down in this corner where if the defender gets you in open ground, then you're kind of you might be
yeah.
hosed.
So if I was going to do that, what I would probably do is first turn move some guys up through the woods here to get into a support position in there,
Mm.
and then second turn have the guys kind of come in and start booking it through and seeing if I could get up to the hedge or up into here.
I think that would probably be a good justification for keeping one of the tanks uh,
Oh yeah, yeah. If I'm
and
doing
have them
that,
get
then
on the
yes, we're
road.
pushing the tank. One of the tanks is coming along here,
Yeah.
and the other one is probably going to push down here just so I can we'd have support going through.
Well, so that's the thing. Because you could get the tank technically anywhere, right? You could have a tank come in on here and immediately sort of uh, do panic shit all over the place.
Yeah, the thing is, you can do that too here, because once you get here, you're immediately visible to everybody over there.
Yeah, I guess really what it comes down to is where the roadblock and wires are.
Yeah. I mean, the wires are a bitch, particularly when they're nested too deep like that, because I'm either going to be going off road and well, while the bog roll isn't too bad, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not crippling really. It's still, that's a bog roll pretty much for those 3 hexes. If I'm looking at, say, this one,
Mm-hmm.
this bog here, bog here, bog here. I'm probably going around here, at which point, I got to start worrying about that. And then on top of that, I'm probably going to have infantry guns firing at me. Kind of surprised you didn't really reveal that one, but I guess you're just waiting for the opportune moment to, like now, to just open up.
Yeah, honestly, I was kind of waiting for some of the infantry to move up, and then as soon as I had a good enough shot with this guy, it was all right. Open up with all 3, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, and it's one of the ones where I would want to spend like a while kind of just sitting down and figuring out some movement points and things like that.
I think I'm gonna see if I can like try to make a mental note or write it down somewhere, like scenarios that would be nice to replay.
Yeah, no, definitely throw this one on there. Like, it's interesting. I think there's a good mix of troops. I
Mm-hmm.
like the fact that there's only a couple of tanks. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I mean, I feel like it can go like this. Like, you get a run of bad luck or a run of good luck on the other guy's side, and it's just like, yep.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
That's like, I could probably get a little bit further. Like, I might be able to break into the hedge there, but that's probably not going to be, the hedge. Sorry, up here, over here. I don't know, when these medium machine guns start opening up, it's going to get ugly. So,
Mm-hmm.
was that guy real or fake?
Oh yeah, he was real. That's kind of why, like, I think there's too many units for the White Russians, because
yeah. I mean, possibly.
like his only goal in CC10 was literally just deny you AA10, make you go the long arduous road.
Yeah. To be honest, I was going to pretty much ignore it, and if you decided to make a run for Y10, I'd probably move one of these guys.
Oh yeah.
Oh well,
Well, I'll make sure to check the save, and then shouldn't be any issues for tomorrow.
Yeah, feel free to clean it up. It should be pretty good. I didn't pull out any of your units, so you'll need to obviously do that.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Mine should be set up, and I think everybody's concealed, so there should be an issue there. We'll have to probably check the line of sight just to see if you can see anybody, just so I can remove concealment.
Oh yeah. That's not an issue.
So, I can't remember if you start on board or if you're moving. I think you're starting.
I got the PDF here. Do I start on board? Enter on turn 1. So yeah, I'm not on board. So everybody's all you guys will be concealed.
And I've got my reinforcements floating off to the side there. Feel free to move stuff around. Like I say, the weather's kind of interesting. We have a breeze. It's raining, so there's mist.
No smoke generators though. Not for another 10 years.
Yeah, pretty much. And plus, it's wet, so there's a -2 to train to burn. So it's like, whatever. And on top of that, what was it? Oh, yeah. So that the mist is fun because we're back to our old friend, the +1 over 7 hexes.
Yeah.
And we have to watch for 10s or more because I think we do 10 or more, it increases. Yeah, I think the rain gets heavier if we get 10 or more on the weather.
Right. Yeah, I gotta make sure to pay attention to the commissar morale thing since all my guys will be commissars.
Yeah, the White Russians are a little bit different. Said, I don't know. I can't remember if you have any actual negatives or if it's just all zeros. But yeah.
When SSR treated as commissars for rally. Oh, exception the +1. Okay, so you don't get the morale increase. Must use leadership DRM for rally and berserk purposes. Oh, okay. Whatever.
I think the rally is more important for that because if you get a +1 to your rally, that's kind of shitty.
Yeah. Well, they use the leadership DRM, but my guys, they're all minuses, so they're not even bad leaders. Uh,
Well, yeah.
that reminds me
This was
too. Uh, this guy was my, was it Dare Death that I had one guy?
or Fanatic or something. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, once a tank gets close to him, he's screwed. Never happened.
Yeah. So yeah, my armor leaders I actually have good armor leaders in 9-1 and 8-1. That's not a
Yeah.
bad.
Well, so the thing is you never really get. I think that I think there's a -2 armor leader, but otherwise, yeah, there's a 10-2 and a 9-2. The only other one that's not what you had was a 6-1.
Wow.
Yeah,
What are they're putting the one-eyed, one-armed dude in charge of the tank.
yeah. I think that one's definitely one we're gonna see for the French ones, the French scenarios in 1940.
Oof.
So I'm looking forward to it.
I feel bad for that because the French commanders were actually excellent. They were just stuck with the one of the worst commander situations for tanks. Because if I remember, they're
One man
not only
turrets,
the
yeah.
commander, they're the loader and the gunner as well. If I'm
Correct.
remembering.
In certain tanks, yes. So I'm gonna love being able to swear in French once we get there.
So yeah, yeah, this is an interesting one. I don't feel particularly bad. I did botch it a little bit, but yeah, I just we'll see. I'm looking forward to slicing up some red Russian or white Russians next go.
Perfect. I think what's after. I'm just trying. I want to see what's next. I think it's still, yeah. We're gonna be on a run of from the cellar stuff until we're done with it,
Oh, cool. Yep.
and
Well,
then as soon as we're done with this pack, we go straight into China versus China, and Japanese versus China.
yeah, and then after that, I'm gonna guess we're getting into Spanish Civil War stuff if there is any.
Ethiopia
Oh, that's right. I forgot
versus
about that.
Italians, and then Spanish versus Spanish.
The comedy never ends.
We'll get to flip tanks. It'll be great.
All right, man.
All right,
I
so
will
see you
talk to you
tomorrow.
tomorrow night. Yep.
Perfect. Have a good one.
You too.
Let's change that. That's done. All right. Well, for anybody just joining, unfortunately, you missed out all the action. I guess. Um, just got some unfortunate morale checks on the Red Russian side, so it was kind of with 2 turns left. There wasn't enough movement to really get to, um, well, excuse me, all the different objectives. Although, at the very least, the casualty victory points was feasible at the very least. So, stay tuned. Tomorrow we're going to be doing the next scenario in the FTC pack from the cellar pack 4. Yeah, pack 4. We'll be doing Mongolian barbecue, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So one of 6 remaining scenarios, and then after that, we're done with this pack. We can get out of the Russian Civil War and go straight into another Civil War. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow, and take care.